Welcome to the open platform of Public TV of Armenia. Today I am honored to host Mr. Stefan Müller-Altermatt, a national councillor, member of Switzerland-Armenia Parliamentary Friendship Group. Mr. Müller-Altermatt, thank you very much for your time and joining us.
Welcome.
Armenians all around the world and their friends commemorate the Armenian Genocide Remembrance Day on April 24. And however, there are still countries which oppose the recognition of 1915 events as genocide. What is your opinion about that?
Well, the fact that these countries exist simply makes me sad. It must be an enormous pain for Armenians, for descendants of genocide survivors, to see genocide denied. And this pain must be eliminated.
Okay. Switzerland is one of tens of countries which recognize the Armenian genocide. And your country even criminalized the denial of Armenian genocide. However, there was the unfortunate case with Dogo Perinçek, the Turkish politician who publicly denied the Armenian genocide. Later, the European Court made decision in favor of him. Please give us some details about the current approach of Swiss government towards the Armenian genocide and the work done for awareness raising on 1915 events.
Well, to do this, I must briefly say a few words about the Swiss political system. We have in Switzerland a clear separation of powers between the executive and the legislature. The government, the executive, has in fact not yet designated the genocide as such. It is hiding behind traditional Swiss neutrality and the good services in the diplomatic arena that Switzerland wants to provide at all times. In fact, this is a huge mistake, of course. A mistake that the parliament, the legislature, fortunately, does not make. The National Council, where I'm a member of, one of the two chambers of the parliament, has recognized the genocide. And what we have in Switzerland, however, is a very strict legislation regarding racism and discrimination and hate speech against peoples and minorities. And because of this very strict legislation, the sentence against Dogo Perinçek was possible. That was, of course, for me, a good thing.
So, as I understood you correctly, now the official government is not following the National Assembly, the Parliament.
Exactly. The government always hides behind its activities on the diplomatic field, and it always says, well, the two countries, Turkey and Armenia, are on debate, and we don't want to disturb this debate. This is a mistake. Each discussion only can base on the truth, and the truth is it was a genocide, and only if we have this truth we can discuss for the future.
What do you think, how dangerous are the unpunished perpetrators of genocide for humanity?
Unpunished racism and genocides represents a blood wound on the course of history. On the one hand, it increases the pain I mentioned of those affected, and on the other hand, it leads to the fact that imitation is not curbed. Unfortunately, history teaches us that there are always rulers who secure their power by unjustifiably blaming other peoples for the suffering of their own people. This is the source of racism and ultimately genocide. And this source must be plugged by harshly condemning injustices that have been committed.
And how important is that the international recognition takes place and condemnation also takes place for the Armenian genocide and other genocides for prevention of future genocides?
Well, the genocide of the Armenians, with its systematic implementation, is quite an exemplary example of what genocide looks like. This means that if we do not recognize the Armenian genocide as such, then there is no genocide at all. But that is simply wrong. Acknowledging the Armenian genocide therefore means naming genocide as such and telling humanity never do it again. And conversely, not to recognize it is to call for the continuation of this blood trail of history.
We witnessed recently and also during the history the international indifference towards the Armenian genocide, both during the genocide process and after, and other tragedies also while the century goes on. Why is that happening? What do you think, repeatedly?
Well, this is it's a difficult question. Humans seem to have a destructive instinct in their nature, as Sigmund Freud once put it, and this makes it all the more important to counter this drive, this destructive instinct with our culture and our civilizational values.
In 2020, Turkey joined Azerbaijan in attacking Artsakh, or Nagorno-Karabakh as internationally known, also bringing many mercenaries to the region. These attacks on Armenians in Artsakh again involved genocidal actions, which are proved with many evidence-based facts and materials. What is your opinion on this?
Well, it scares me. It scares me to see the ethnic cleansing plan of Artsakh is going ahead. I'm particularly afraid because I have to realize that there is hardly any awareness here in Europe of what is happening in Nagorno-Karabakh. And the foreseeable weakening of Russia will unfortunately pose an acute danger to the Armenian population of Artsakh. It frightens me, and I strongly condemn what Turkey, a NATO member, notably, is doing in Nagorno-Karabakh. I strongly condemn it. That's all I can do.
What actions do you usually take for awareness raising about these actions in Artsakh, both, and also the Armenian genocide recognition, as a member of parliament?
Mm-hmm. Well, I already had representations to our foreign minister during the 44-day war to get him to condemn the actions of Azerbaijan and Turkey, unfortunately without success. Nevertheless, I'm still in contact with the responsible ambassador, whom we are constantly trying to sensitize of what is happening in Nagorno-Karabakh. And on the occasion of the last parliamentary session, I have now submitted a motion demanding a strategy from the government to support peace and development in the Caucasus, as well as in Central Asia, especially against the background of the war in Ukraine and the weakening of Russia. The government's answer is still pending. These are the, I know, modest things we can do.
And as a member of Swiss-Armenian Parliamentary Friendship Group, what potential do you see for the Swiss-Armenian relations? Well,
Switzerland is an established and old democracy with strong institutions, and I think Armenia could learn and benefit from this. And on the other hand, Armenia is a country with an indescribably great cultural heritage, and Switzerland in turn could learn from that. And so in addition to, of course, economic relations, there are very valuable starting points for both countries to adopt each other's strengths. That's, I think, what we should do. Learn from the institutions, learn from the enormous cultural heritage that Armenia especially has.
Mr. Müller-Altermatt, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. You're welcome.
This is Open Platform of Public TV of Armenia, and today I was honored to host Mr. Stefan Müller-Altermatt, National Councillor and member of Switzerland-Armenia Parliamentary Friendship Group. Thank you for watching us.